Okay, so just to demonstrate kind of how easy the Hind is here, I have this mission I've set up as a basic practice mission, um, loaded with actually it doesn't say on the screen, so that's nice. But targets are there's a single ZU-23, a couple BTRs, a T-72 Scud, artillery piece, PT-76 tank. But let's go ahead and see how this turns out. So I'm at I put a fart down, right? This is one nice thing about helicopters is you can put these fart bases anywhere on the maps. It's a player added thing, right? You can see it like right there. But I am started on here, so I don't have to bore you with the turning on procedure because it's quite a bit. It's quite impressive. But anyways, go ahead. One of the things that apparently was Soviet doctrine, I read somewhere, that they always turn this little fan on, because when it stops, it's one of the first signs that you're losing power control systems. And what's kind of cool is we can click it, hold that down, and actually stop it ourselves, and then spin right back up again. Down here behind the stick, go ahead and hide it. This is where our fire control panel is and all our weapon systems are. First I'll push this button here and you'll see that Petrovic in the front is going to turn on the weapon systems. As you can see there, we do got the angry alligator skin on, I like to call it. This is a Ukrainian skin. Funny little face there. Very mean one. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and turn on a couple more things. Turn on Doppler airspeed sensor, RWR power. I'll leave off the RWR signal because I think we get annoying. And then, okay, here's where our sight is. You can see it pop up there. I'm going to actually go ahead and move this whole assembly back towards me a few notches so I can see my gunner's sight picture. I'll show you how that works when we get up to the target area. But we'll go ahead and set this to auto, and if I select my machine gunner, let's go turn down the base reticle. Nope, okay, you can't see it quite yet. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and go back to missiles. It's going to take about 3 minutes for the systems to warm up for ATGMs and whatnot. But right here, this is like our master arm, that fire control, so we'll go ahead and turn that on. Dust off is on. Okay, I think we're looking pretty good here for takeoff. And I will go ahead and just... so if you can see in my upper left control there, that diamond positioning on that along that XY axis thing, you can... that's where my stick position is. So if I set it here, hold that trimmer position, that's where the chopper is neutralized, from the auto torque and from the rotor and whatnot, and a lot of that other stuff. That'll help us with vertical ascent. I think I'm going to pitch up a few notches from there. Yeah, what's cool about chopper trim is there's 5 different settings for it, right? You got a left, right, up, and down, and then I've got it set to a 5-way switch, right? That has, the left, right, up, and down, and then a center press, and that'll hold the trimmer positions. And if we look at the stick here, you can kind of see it's offset here, so it actually physically moves the whole stick, and it'll hold it there, as you can see. But you can use that to set up like level flight, or where you've got it set up to a slight angle, but you're also, gaining at the same time. So this right here is one of our lifelines. That's our VVI, vertical velocity indicator, VSI, vertical speed indicator. Basically, it measures your ascent and descent, as you can kind of see on there. Here's our speed and kph, and here's our rotor pitch degree. And that'll increase as we increase on the collector, which is what the throttle is. Oh, one thing I forgot to do here is I forgot to launch or arm the missile launchers. So let's just hold this and get the lights indicating they are armed. We do have the moving map. It gets very inaccurate very quick, I found, so it's not very reliable. But we did just get the confirmation from Petrovic there that our weapons are ready to go, so without further ado, well, forgot to do that. We'll go ahead and get airborne here. Okay, so already knowing what's going to happen, I'm going to start adding in the counter torque on the rudder pedals. Oh, and it happened the opposite way I did expect. God damn it. Honestly, this is the first time I've messed this up like this in a while. There we go. Let's just go ahead and add dramatic collective. Go ahead and get airborne there. Oh, okay. Alright, cool. Now we got a decent ascent rate. I'm like full right rudder trying to like counteract these torque. We'll go ahead and get there in a second here. We are still ascending according to the vertical velocity. Honestly, this is the roughest vertical takeoff I've had in a while. And I mean, that's being completely honest. Hopefully I didn't depart flight here. Ah, good God. I have to scrap this recording. Finally. Okay, let's go ahead and tip it forward. Get some horizontal speed going. Okay. Oh, thank God. Pull out of that shit. Okay, now let's go ahead and pull up the gear. Yeah, I'm not gonna report this just because I've like tried this like 3 freaking times. But I'm just trying to demonstrate how freaking easy this thing is. I know that thing there wasn't a great start to that, but you can take off from an airfield and taxi much like an aircraft or a plane rather, and it's much easier. Alright, pull back some collective. Go ahead and fast forward things. Okay, just making sure my missiles are selected down there. Okay, there we go. Enemy targets are like over here. You can kind of see the icons on the thing. I don't know if you guys can from phones or whatever, but they're out there. So one thing that's kind of killing me about this is these trees that pop. Those green areas over there, I know there's trees there, so I can't actually take any of these shots right now. To pop up, you can actually work on it. Demonstrate how that trimmer rocks lock works there. So go ahead and set it up. I'm actually completely tough sticking. See, so then she kind of flies herself. We just added a bit of rudder if needed. Such as this. Anyways, we're ready to start attacking here. So we'll go ahead and press this button, hold up the Petrovic menu, and then I'm going to tell him to AAA one. We'll go ahead and start with the AAA since that's the greatest threat to us. Press that button to select target. He selected it. See, now his cursor there, we just have to push our circle over his crosshair there, and we're ready to launch. I don't know if we're in range just yet, though I do believe we are. Let's go ahead and hit the send button. This is actually a really good run. Sometimes I get a little squirrely and I get a little up and down buffeting, and it makes it hard to hit this. Did hit that guy. Let's see if we can take another target. Good run, good run. Oh, missed. Okay, so I'm going to tell him to put his sight away there, with no target select, and I'm going to pull off. Because if I maneuver too hard while he's looking through his sight, it's just a little gyroscopic sight, so it'll get thrown out of alignment and it'll break. Those are Seiklos missiles. It's semi-active command, line of sight guided. Basically what that means is, you know, when he's controlling it down there with some buttons or a stick, and it's using radio commands to tell that missile where to go, and he manually steers it to the target. So, not easy to do, which is why I try to leave it up to him instead of letting him fly. Plus he's a shitty pilot. Go ahead and turn around here. That will roll new one. Add in a little counter torque. Spin around. We're sending here too, so cut back on some of the collective. That's going to increase different pitch levels. Okay, now it's getting too freaking low. I don't want it to send at all, let alone that fast. Find a nice factor. So Petrovic to do his thing here. Now I don't have to be this close. I can fire from the other side of the lake. That might be a bad approach. Okay, I'll go ahead and demonstrate how the rocket gun runs over here. This thing's a freaking tank. I mean, the Soviets did name it Black Battle Tank. I mean, look at all the damage I can do. Maybe a little over on that. Tell him to put his sight away. And when I tell him to pull his sight out and start looking for targets, I've noticed this red light illuminates over here that says low limit maneuvers. There is an English cockpit. You could use it in Russian, but I went with English. Okay, and then right up here on our weapons control panel, I have this knob mapped to a control axe, to a few buttons. So I'm going to go ahead and select my weapons. 30 is cannon, rocket is obviously rocket, right? And then at this point, this side is ours. Ranging works only on flat ground. It uses like radar altitude and pitch degree of the helicopter to do some calculations there. But as far as ranging goes, when that thin line matches up to that thicker line area, that's when we're within range to launch. I'll go ahead and make the Petrovic go over there. There's our targets. So there's a few scuds over here. I'll go ahead and try to focus on those, and then the BTRs with the rockets, because I don't think the rockets are much against the tanks. Getting a little too slow here, so decrease collective. It's going to pitch us down a little bit better. We're still gaining altitude there. Continue to decrease, and then higher collective degrees over here on the rotor pitch degree. That's the higher the degree is, the less it likes to dive. So I try to kill it as I'm diving. Of course, with that, I usually descend, but just kind of how it works. I'm going as fast as I want to keep. I think that's a scud right there to the left. Let's push down a little. Close enough collected. Maybe feel some gold forces right, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little left there. There's another scud. Cool. I think we shot the BTR too. Whew, that smoke fucked with me there. Got a little wash from that. Decrease collectives, increase our altitude. We're nice and high, so we have plenty of speed to kill. High on speed, anyways. Increase collective. I'm gaining altitude as quick as I'd like. And then I will go ahead and show you guys a gun run. So there we can see that we've got the 30 gun cannon. This is fixed MG, that means basically gun pods. There's 7.62, 12 sevens, and then you can fire them both at the same time. And the GM30 down there is a grenade launcher pod that you can get to. Go ahead and do the gun run real quick. I haven't really played with gun pods too much or grenade launchers. But you could also get bombs on here in bomblet dispensers. That's what the UCLP is. But yeah, those at the moment have no way to aim them. There's nothing in the manual about, you know, you're supposed to use the mill reticle on there, the base reticle, but instead of the auto ranging reticle. But yeah, you have to know how to do it correctly. As we dive. Let's see what else we've got. I don't know what that is, but it's probably a good prime target for a cannon. It's not quite easy, as easy as I'd like, but I don't know what the cannon can do. A lot of dive there, increase collective. Oh shit. It just shut off my fucking rotation limiter. Or something. Pretty sure it's the assembly that keeps the rotor cooler. Well, that sucks. So yeah, unfortunately there's no way to eject. But in general you'd want to keep from flying over targets. I wasn't moving particularly fast, but even at, you know, set to average skill, these fucking APCs and shit are like fucking accurate as shit with their cannons. Anyways, that's that. Yeah, I think it's fun. It's pretty easy to learn to fly. Landing's a bit of a bitch. I've only been able to do it a couple times, but again, I usually get shot down or crash. But anyways, it's, yeah, interesting dynamic, different type of flying versus fixed wing. So, all right, see you guys.